Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out with Lewis Paulin, challenging for the British featherweight title, obviously on Friday at York Hall against Ryan Walsh. Just tell us a bit about how preparations have gone and maybe who you've sparred as well.
Preparations have gone really well. I've been down training with Jimmy Harrington down there at Doncaster, so I've been sparring guys down there like Rhys Mould and that, who just recently won the English title, and quite a few other good names. So I had to leave Scotland to get the high quality sparring. Like you're too limited in a small country. As for everything else, training the whole camp has been fine. I had reasonable notice for the fight as well. I was in shape before the camp even started, so everything's pretty good now. Like just waiting for the weigh-in, and then you're buzzing, then you'll be flying.
Rhys Mould, as you said, won the English title at the weekend against Sean Davis. Very impressive performance. How does he compare stylistically to Ryan Walsh?
Well, both are strong fighters and they're busy, but it wasn't just Rhys that was sparring. I was sparring other people, obviously switch hitters and that as well. But I don't know. I wouldn't say he was that similar, but I'd just say he was strong and it's hard. It's a hard spar. You know what I mean? It's a good hard spar. That's what you need. You don't want to be walking over people and sparring. You want the sparring to be as tough as you can, right up to fight night, pretty much.
You've come under the radar a little bit, but experienced fight figures in Scotland have been talking about you for quite a long time. Why do you think you haven't had the recognition necessarily some of the other guys have?
I'm not really sure, but I've kept quite a low profile, and it's kind of paid off now because there's very little info and footage and all that. I've seen a few articles where Ryan's complaining about.
Yeah, that was one of them. Was mine.
yeah, I did. I read it, and he's like
20-second clip is all he found.
He's struggling, so it's paid off actually now. Like I've kind of hit the jackpot. I've stayed under the radar for ages, and then all of a sudden I'm right in the spotlight for a British as well, for a British title. So I've went from nothing to pretty much everything in a one, which is good. I think it's good anyway.
What do you make of Ryan Walsh? What do you assess as his kind of key strengths and weaknesses?
He's got good ring generalship. Like it looks like he's controlling it well without actually being. I wouldn't say he actually fights at a high tempo, but I would say like the way he stands, and it looks like he's controlling it a lot. He's clearly a good puncher. Like I don't doubt that. I don't doubt he's strong. He's got a good chin. He's been in the game for years, and nobody's stopping him. So I've learned a lot. You know, you can study him. There's loads of footage, loads of stuff to get on him. So unlike me, which is the opposite. So I'm hoping to maybe catch him a bit off guard actually.
How do you feel about going the 12-round distance? Because as you said, he's got a good chin. He's experienced at championship level. So to win the fight and the title, you'll likely have to go the full route.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think it'll go the 12 rounds. But I think I know it's going to be like a hard 12 rounds. But I think I can't see me stopping him or anything because I do know he's obviously got all that history behind him where he's pretty tough and that. But I don't know. I've done a 10-rounder for the Scottish title. I fought for that and won that, and I still felt like I could have kept going. So I don't think endurance or that's going to be a problem for me. Other than that, the championships rounds, and they do say it makes a difference, but there's only one way to really find out, and that's to fight a 12-rounder. So that's what we're here for.
What are your kind of longer-term ambitions? Because this is quite a big ambition in itself. Win the British title, as a lot of fighters dream about. Are you someone who wants to keep it, secure the Lonsdale belt, or would you want to use it as a stepping stone more quickly to move up to a different level?
I've kind of thought about that. I didn't know whether to try and win it outright or to try and use it as a backing to get a challenge at another titles. Like obviously you've got Commonwealth, European, or even opens up doors to world level eventually. So I would have to see that after this fight where we're going to go. But I'm not certain yet. But definitely to try and win as much as I can, as quick as I can. That's my aim. Especially the age I'm at now. I'm going to be 29 this summer, so I really want to push on.
Did you start late in boxing?
Yeah. I started boxing when I was 18, so I've only really done it for 10 years, just over. But I've always been involved in sport at a high level. Like I did cross-country running for Scotland and all that. So my endurance and all that I know is really good. And as soon as I started boxing, I obviously just took it up. It was quick. I loved it. I had the total boxing bug, and then I had all the tournaments. I won loads of tournaments as an amateur. As I was up and climbing, and then first loss was against Charlie, who went on and won the gold in the Commonwealth Games.
Charlie Flynn.
Well, I think that was my 4th or 5th tournament. I'd won every tournament up to that, so I must have just been a bit of a natural to it. And then I realised I was really good at it, so I thought I would just try and turn professional and see what I can win at professional as well.
What got you into it in the first place at the age of 18?
I always wanted to, but where I grew up, I didn't have an option at a boxing club. Nearest club was about 60 miles away. So when I was younger, I couldn't ever box. But as soon as I moved away from my work, sent me down to Portsmouth, I joined a boxing club down there, Fairham Boxing Club, and I just picked it up then straight away and just stuck to it.
And just before we let you go, for people that are interested in knowing a bit more about you, how can they find you on social media? What are your main kind of handles?
I use Instagram a lot, and I've got Facebook and Twitter. I'm not that big on Twitter, but Instagram mainly.
What are your handles, your names on there? Is it just at Lewis Paulin, or?
I think you can just find it under my name, but I think it's LEW1506. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, search for his name. I mean, that's probably the easier way. Yeah. Brilliant. All right, well, we thank you for your time. Wish you the best of luck on Friday night.